Alright, this is Davis. I picked up a prototype Edelbrock carburetor. It's a 650 CFM electric choke. It's based on the Thunder Series AVS carburetor, but this particular carburetor has annular flow boosters for the primaries, and what that has is 8 orifices in the primary booster, which helps fuel atomization when you're going from idle to wide open throttle. So instead of having your common dog leg come off on the booster, which basically just drops gas down into your venturi, it creates more of a spray, so it gets more air mixture with it. So it's supposed to help with your atomization. So I'm going to check it out, give it a try. I'm running a Holley 600 CFM electric choke carburetor, your basic online purchase. So, and I'm running it on the Mustang, which is a 302, backed with a C4 transmission, 8-inch rear end. I'm running a Edelbrock Performer 289 intake manifold and a slightly bumped up hydraulic roller camshaft. So we'll give it a try, and we'll see what we come up with. Thanks for watching. Okay, this is what I got with the carburetor kit. This is your ground wire for your electric choke. This is the power wire for your electric choke. I already have these set up on the Mustang. These are your vacuum fittings. You've got a ball stud for your throttle linkage, a vacuum port for the back of the carburetor if needed. This is your air cleaner stud. I got necessary gaskets for the intake manifold, or the base of the carburetor, and the air horn gasket. I've got a adapter for the fuel line, and then I've got a fuel line kit. This incorporates the fuel filter. You should always have one of these in the vicinity of your carburetor. And this is the Thunder Series based carburetor with the annular booster. And you can see this has the AVS setup for the secondaries, and then the primaries. Probably not going to be able to see the orifices for those boosters in the primaries. Now these have the 8 orifices, and those help with the fuel atomization. Alright, so here's your fuel line kit. What I'm going to do, I removed the factory fitting from the carburetor. Here's your banjo with the washer, the secondary washer. I'm going to thread this on first. 11/16 on the swivel end, 5/8 on the fuel filter. Tighten it up. Then I'm going to install my barb fitting for my standard rubber fuel line. This is essentially a just a common barb fitting with the rubber cuff boot on the end. This is a swivel hose end. Said that was 11. Get that good and tight. There you go. Okay. So now I've got my fuel line assembly, banjo fitting, washer, secondary washer. I'm going to start this. Careful with the washers, they're sharp. It's got a little sweet spot to it. Back to the 3/4 wrench. Alright, looking at this fuel line kit is just too long for me because my distributor is going to be about right here. So I'm going to opt for the 8126 fuel line kit. Basically, it's going to allow me to use my existing fuel filter in this area over here, and it has a barb fitting, unlike the black version here that's got the AN swivel hose fitting. So I'm going to go for that. And I happen to find a fuel pressure gauge, so that will thread on right here. So I'm going to go for that. That should work out pretty good. So let's do it. Okay, there's the finished fuel line, assembly, fuel gauge, and the barb fitting that's already attached. So I'll give that a try and we'll go from there. Alright, so what we're going to try to do is test the Holley first and see how it goes from idle. Actually, I'm sitting in idle and drive. I'm going to try to get it close to wide open throttle before I run out of the road here, and we can hear it. Start getting the wide open throttle there. It's like it starts backfiring. Feels like it's hesitating on the acceleration. Let's try that again. Okay, this is Davis. I got the Thunder Series prototype carburetor in with the Annular flow boosters. Basically the same setup. I've got the engine up to about 185 degrees. I'm idling at about 850 RPM. Everything's running, so I've got some serious belt squeak, but I have to deal with it. So let's give it a try. A little bit of backing, a little popping going on there, but once I got going and then hit it again, pretty quick to respond. I like that. I don't know what's going on right off idle though from the dead stop. Overall, she's got some pretty good flow. Quicker response than the 600. I like that. I wonder what's going on right off idle. Overall though, a lot better. Now I don't know if I'm over carbureted or not, but I'm kind of digging this carburetor. Okay, just got back from testing the Edelbrock Thunder Series AVS carburetor. It's a prototype with the annular flow boosters. Overall, I was impressed. Coming off idle to wide open throttle, I had a little bit of issues with the little popping. Might be an issue with my timing. I didn't have time to really get into the tuning for the carburetor. The only thing I did was adjust the curb idle speed, but out of the box, not a problem, and I look forward to doing a little bit more. But as far as cruising speeds, and if you want to pass somebody, freeway use, I didn't see any hassles at all. So overall, I was impressed. So thanks for watching.